Welcome back to Café Stella, everybody.
Hiroto still can't put his hand down.
Nope. We are in class, though. A really nice room.
I know, this is a really nice classroom. Wish we had classrooms this nice when I was in college. Hi, Hiroto.
Oh, ohayo.
Ohayo.
どうした?なんか元気なさそうだけど。
Man, you have no idea.
Well, you could have told me that before I delivered my line. Messed this one up, though, so never mind. Nah, I just didn't get enough sleep, I think. I had a bit of a rough night yesterday.
なんだ?悩み事か?
Nothing serious. Just, died.
Death and all his friends.
More importantly, though, did you know this?
何を?
You know how Chads always greet each other with dude and stuff?
We're still on this, okay.
Well, apparently it doesn't work if you stick it at the end of every sentence.
お前、間違顔で何言ってんの?
That's a really good question.
語尾にウェイってどういうこと?コロッケが好きウェイとか?
I guess.
そんなコスケみたいな喋り方をするやつがいるわけないだろう。間抜けすぎるぞ。
Oh, I've missed the audio censorship.
Yeah. Ridiculous, right?
Dude.
ほら、行こうぜ。
I don't think we have to rush. There seem to be plenty of them.
Right.
Oh, if anyone found out how wrong I was, I'd be a total laughingstock. Bad news, you already are. Does. I'd better drop it before I end up embarrassing myself anymore. A few hours later, the day's lectures come to an end. After class, I decide to head over to the cafe to give Akizuki-san my answer. Ooh, looks nice from the outside.
Yeah, it does.
The cafe in question is located in a side street just off the main road. It's about a 5-minute walk from the station. The sun had already set when I left the cafe yesterday, but the place gives off a completely different vibe in broad daylight. For one thing, there's a new signboard outside that reads Café Stella. Tilting my head, I place my hand on the door. It isn't locked.
Pardon the intrusion.
ああ、どうも。
Huh?
何?
That looks good on you.
この服? それはどうも。ありがとう。
Did I say something wrong?
いや、高峰くんってコスプレ好きなのかなと思って。
It doesn't change, you still look good in it.
Yeah, those can be two different, they can be independent things.
Yeah, anything's fine.
なら、覗き魔。
Okay, that one might be a stretch, but I guess if you really want to call me that.
Please don't. I'd rather avoid inviting any more unfounded rumors about me.
風評被害?
Alright, it was an accident. We've been through this.
Didn't we go through this already? Didn't we agree to forget what happened between us yesterday?
Oh.
そりゃ確かに私がそう言ったけど、言ったんだけど、そう開き直られると、なんかすっごい腹立つな。
Well, that's kind of the thing about saying we'd forget about it. You just kind of pretend like it didn't happen. It's the whole premise.
どうせ本当は覚えてるくせに。
Well, okay. You know, you gave us the option to dismiss our memory, but that was a false choice.
Well, I can't deny that.
ちなみにどれぐらい？
I don't know. Let's see in the flashback.
Oh.
Pretty much everything.
Well, no flashback necessary, I
I
guess.
actually thought it was gonna flash back to it first.
まさか昨日の下着姿で変なことをしてないでしょうね。
Well, good news. You weren't in my weird dream. So, that's something.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, funny enough, the one we've seen with a lot of clothes on was the feature.
I have no idea what you mean.
むっつりうっざ。
Closet. Sorry.
Oh, but this icy stare, I can't say I hate it.
Actually,
いや、やっぱり何も言わなくていい。知りたくないし、想像もしたくないことだった。
Oh, yesterday,
言わなくていいって言ってるでしょ。
Relax. I didn't do anything. Believe it or not, I had more important things on my mind.
Yeah, the whole you were a mistake that slipped through the cracks on God's radar and you might be erased from existence kind of supersedes the
Also, like, the part
Frequency.
where I died before that.
yeah, also true. You know, it's a lot.
そう。まあ、そうか。
Also, I'm not particularly into cosplay. I just thought that outfit suits your calm personality, Shiki-san. I wasn't implying anything.
ならいいけど、タイがない割にはジロジロと。
In all honesty, it's not so much her maid uniform as it is her hair done all up into a bun that catches my eye. To my knowledge, she mostly wears her hair down whenever I see her on campus. Scanning. These games are really fond of those pan shots. Guess that goes to show. Cute girls look cute wearing any hairstyle and stylish wearing any clothes.
そんなに見ないでくれます？恥ずかしくなるから。
Is that the cafe uniform?
そうだけど、変？
No, I think it's great. I doubt there are many guys out there who wouldn't want to be greeted with a welcome home master from you, Shiki-san.
Well, now you just made it weird.
なんで、お帰りなさいませご主人様なんて言わなきゃいけないの？
Is that not your script?
You're in a maid outfit. That's what they do at maid cafes, isn't it?
ここはメイドカフェじゃなくって普通のカフェなんだけど。
Could have fooled me with the outfit.
Yep.
All right. And here I was hoping I'd get a taste of being Shiki-san's master.
Hey, we have to wait till they're out for that.
Yes, that's entirely possible, actually.
やっぱり高峰くん、コスプレ好きでしょ。
Just with you.
I'm not, seriously. But later we'll talk.
But don't get me wrong, it's not like I hate it either. While we were talking, Akizuki-san emerges from the back room. Ooh, I like that outfit. Followed by someone else, a sharply dressed gentleman I've never seen before. But you've seen the monocle before.
But I have seen this guy before. In a parquet.
That is true. Who's that? If he works here, he must have his own special circumstances as well.
高峰さん、よく来てくれました。
よく来たな、高峰康生。
I know that voice.
Have we met before? I don't remember introducing myself.
バカにしているのか？ それとも昨日の今日でもう忘れたか？
In fairness, we haven't seen you in this form before, except for, like Saren Prince said in Parquet.
人の体を散々もてあそんでおいて、お前という男は。
I love how Ubisoft games do that.
Me too, I really do.
So great.
Wait, you what?
高峰くんってそっちの人だったの？
I
ま
don't.
さか高峰さん童貞ではなくて処女を捧げたかったとか？
Hey, not that kind of game.
That could literally not be more wrong.
冗談ですよ。すみません。ちゃんと分かってますから。高峰さんは攻め専門ですよね。
Not making it better.
Not at all, and I love it.
I think I did a good job on that one next.
If you were gay...
なんだ、そっか、違うんだ。
Oh,
Why do you sound disappointed?
she's into yaoi. What the hell? We can see the
Incidentally,
future.
my alternate gamer tag is Takamine Kousei.
Wow, it explains so much.
嘘、冗談。
So is his gamer tag thing.
そんなに慌てなくても大丈夫です。ふざけてみただけですってば。
Well, stop.
その姿で会うのは初めてだからわからないだろうけどね。それ、閣下だから。
Excellency? Him? That mangy cat?
We just turned back and it's the same dude but with cat ears.
だから、それとかあれとか、無礼な呼び方をするな。どうだ？これならわかるだろ？
Wow. You can even transform into a human?
いや、我が輩は人間に変身しているわけではない。
It's an illusion.
あくまで周囲からはあの姿に見えているだけ。いわば幻のようなものだ。
Bingo.
Either way, sounds like a pretty handy ability.
猫の姿のままでは仕事ができんからな。
It's because of the lack of thumbs, isn't it?
Well, technically, he doesn't gain thumbs as a human either, because it's an illusion, right?
But wait. That opens up a lot of questions that I'm assuming we will have answered, but I'm not sure now.
Like what?
Is the illusion corporeal?
Phew, alright, that's an actual... Yeah. Good question. Yeah, like if you went to shake hands with him and he shook hands, would you perceive it as a human hand, or would it be like a cat paw?
Or would it be a situation where your hand just goes through because he's not that tall?
Aw.
Yeah. We'll figure it out, I'm sure. Maybe. I don't know.
Does that mean you work here as well?
そうだ。ちなみに人間としての名は帝貴則という。忘れるなよ。
Takanori Mikado. Got it.
An impressive sounding name.
私は貴族だ。たとえ偽名であろうと、粗末な名はケットシーという種族の古剣に関わる。
Alright.
Right? Still, is it really okay for a cat to be working in a place like this that serves food and drink?
I mean, that just makes it a cat cafe.
何か問題があるか？
I mean, in terms of hygiene with all your fur, I doubt most customers would be happy to find cat hairs all over their food.
浅はかな。ケットシーは抜け毛などしない。
Lucky you.
Lucky us. Because that means we don't have to clean up cat fur.
Mm-hmm.
信じられないかもしれませんが、本当のことですよ。
私の服にも猫の毛なんてついたことないから。
この体には神より授かった力が宿っている。衛生面での心配は不要。
So what you're saying is we're never going to catch you bathing yourself contorted in weird directions.
たとえアレルギー持ちのお客が来ても問題は起きん。
Okay, well, that answers that
All right,
question.
one question.
Yep.
If you say so.
とりあえず座ってください。何か飲みますか？
Is it on the house?
That's okay. I'm not here as a customer.
わかっています。昨日の件で来てくれたんですよね。
Right. I've made a decision. So let me jump right into it.
わかりました。聞かせてもらえますか？
I
Oh. Okay. Hi. Hello, Choice. I wasn't expecting to see you here.
I wasn't expecting this at all because it feels like the game's called Café Stella. I'm assuming it's because you work at Café Stella.
Watch this be the surefire way to get a bad end right off the bat.
It probably is. Actually, right?
I would think so. Like you just walk out of the cafe and disappear from existence.
Yeah.
Part of me really wants to hit decline, but for the sake of continuing the story along, I feel like that would just be a weird situation.
I kind of want to test this off camera, actually.
Sorry, folks. We're probably going to handle this one offline. But if you would like to see it, let us know. Just gonna accept that job offer.
I'll do it. I'll work here. Or rather, please hire me.
I've been searching for a part-time job either way. If I chicken out now and go looking for another place to work, I'll stay the same old person I've always been. Also, I doubt my stay of execution would last very long if I decided to run away. And besides,
I'm looking forward to working with you.
I had a dirty dream about you.
ありがとうございます。よろしくお願いします。
こちらこそよろしく。
助かる。よろしく頼む。
よかった。引き受けてもらえてほっとしました。
And we weren't sure it was going to be a choice.
Well, I don't have much of a choice. My life is on the line here.
And besides, if I look on the bright side, this job isn't half bad. If anything, it's pretty damn good. The cafe is easily within walking distance of my apartment. There aren't many other workers here either, which means I don't have to worry about any annoying social interactions. But most of all, Akizuki-san and Shiki-san are both really cute. Plus, an incident like yesterday's might even happen again.
何かエロいことを考えてませんか？
Nope.
What? That's ridiculous. Prove it.
その動揺だけで十分な根拠ですけど。
What?
何やら下心がありそうな顔をしてましたからね。エロいこと考えてましたね。
Note to self, work on poker face.
Wrong. I was just remembering something that happened.
That's not better.
I was recollecting, not fantasizing. There's a difference.
That's technically correct.
そういうヘリクツ
That's
言
kind
って
of
ると
correct.
女の子にモテませんよ。
Really?
そういうのちょっとうざい。
Well, I wouldn't want that. I'll try to keep that in mind.
Dude.
あと何度も言うけど忘れてほしいんだってばあれは。
Sorry, but that's impossible. It was way too erotic.
本人の目の前でエロいとか言う？普通言う？
We've seen denser.
まあ童貞の高峰さんには刺激の強い光景でしたでしょうから無理もないですね。
Well, yeah.
I appreciate the backup, but you could have left that last part out. But anyway, let's get back on topic, shall we?
逃げた。
I'm sorry, please let me get back on topic. I remember everything you told me about miracles and butterflies, but what exactly does that have to do with opening this cafe?
理由はいくつかあるが、蝶は人間の感情に引き寄せられる。つまり店が流行り、大勢の客が訪れれば、蝶も引き寄せられることになるだろう。
So instead of going out to hunt for butterflies, this is just a more efficient way of catching them?
そういう一面があるのも事実だが、我々のためだけではない。蝶が集まった時、その場が明るい感情で満たされていたならば、それは蝶の魂の力になるかもしれん。
Oh, okay. That probably better than a bar then. I see. So it's not only about bringing people together, it's about creating a positive environment. They might be able to find more people gathered at a university or a corporate office, but I feel like those places would have a larger mix of positive and negative emotions. And in the case of an office, the negative emotions might well outweigh the positive.
I was gonna make a joke like that too.
Well, you would have been right on point.
そうして得られた力はお前の功績となる。
So you're saying, aside from never tampering with reality again, I have to replenish all the soul energy I used up.
そう受け取ってもらって構わん。
Alright, fine. If that means I get to keep my life, I'll do my best.
よろしく頼む。だがその前に、まずは契約を結んでもらおうか。
Does it have to be signed in blood?
Do I have to be a kitty? A contract? With a Grim Reaper? Ooh.
Can't be nearly as bad as a deal with the devil. Or can it?
If I violate these terms, are you gonna take my soul?
いえ、労働に関する契約です。契約書はこちらに。
That's still selling your soul, just a different way.
ちゃんとハンコは持ってきたのだろうな。
いざという時、労基がうるさいですからね。
You're worried about labor laws, even though you're a literal god of death?
死神だからこそ無駄な騒ぎは避けたい。この店だって必要な許可は得ている。もちろん正規の手続きでな。
You guys seem to take this more seriously than I thought.
Just to be on the safe side, I flipped through the pages of the contract Akizuki-san hands me. There's nothing unusual about it. It really is just an ordinary employment contract.
Incidentally and unrelated, where do they have the startup capital for a business? Or how do they have it, I mean?
Small business loan?
Alright, sure.
I stamp my personal seal onto the dotted line and return the paper.
All done.
ありがとうございます。
By the way, I assume you have enough working capital to run the... Alright, let me...
Well then.
I mean, it's a legitimate question,
It is a
right?
legitimate... No, it absolutely is a legitimate question. I just think it's really funny that that's the first thing that popped into his mind, too.
Because it's like, oh man, a cat and a Shinigami decide to run a cafe. Who pays the money?
It really does sound like the setup for a weird joke, doesn't it?
It really does. by the way, I assume you have enough working capital to run the place and pay my wages? I'm actually having a bit of money trouble myself right now, so it's kind of important. If you guys are having trouble staying afloat, we'll need to think of a solution quick.
資金に関しては心配するな。この店の営業をするのは我々にとっても重要なことだ。他からの補填もある。さすがに無尽蔵というわけではないがな。バイトとして常識的な金額は払おう。
You see, we invented this new form of cryptocurrency called Death Coin.
I'm glad to hear it.
だからといって客の来ない赤字続きでも問題ないというわけではないぞ。安定した経営を行う必要がある。
Of course. It looks like you're already halfway there, though. The place is neat and tidy. You've got tables and chairs set up.
ここはね、以前にもカフェだったりしたから、キッチンの方も専門的なものが入ってる。
Nice. Alright, that makes it easier.
So the place came fully furnished?
まあ大体そんな感じ。このユニフォームも昔のデザインを流用したものでね。
But if you've already got everything ready to go, why do you need my help, aside from my personal circumstances?
それは高峰くん、コーヒーって普段から飲む？
Do I?
Yes, and like a civilized person, not a savage with 7 sugars and 2 cream. I do, not all the time though.
それはよかった。ならコーヒーの味を確認してみてもらえませんか？
Uh-oh.
実はコーヒーの味がわかる人がいなくて。
What?
勘違いしないでください。適当に入れてるわけじゃないですよ。入れ方は勉強しましたが、正直苦いとしか思えないんです。普段からコーヒーは全然飲まないので、これがちゃんと美味しい苦味なのかまずい苦味なのか。
I suppose that's a valid question.
What about you, Shiki-san?
私もコーヒーはちょっと頑張れば飲めなくはないんだけど。
But you have to load it up with so much stuff that it's not even coffee anymore.
Oh, right. You can't drink it without heaps of milk and sugar.
Oh yeah, that was in the alternate timeline?
Oh, right. Yeah, she wouldn't remember that we were there. Yeah.
Yep.
なんで知ってるの？
I happened to see you buying coffee at the convenience store on campus the other day. You tried it black, but then added a ton of milk and sugar afterwards. I'm guessing you wanted to see what their coffee tasted like.
ああ、そういうこと。でも結局全然わからなかったけど。そもそもコーヒーは苦いものばっかり。苦いものは毒なのに、毒を飲むなんておかしいと思わない？
I mean, kind of, I guess. You can apply that same logic to things that are sour and things that are spicy.
Mm-hmm. That kind of logic's a little childish, don't you think?
うん。
Surely a nobleman like you would have a discerning palate for coffee.
Actually, coffee is toxic to cats?
水とミルク以外は好まん。私は猫ぞ。
Oh, so now you're just a regular old cat.
すぐに準備をしますね。
I take a seat at one of the chairs by the counter. Akizuki-san goes behind the counter and begins to brew some coffee. As soon as she pours hot water over the coffee grounds, a rich fragrance spreads around the room. It's a very standard way of brewing coffee, but her movements are confident and assured. She must have had a lot of practice.
By the way, Akazuki-san, how come you aren't dressed as a maid?
おやおや、高峰さんは私のメイド服もご所望でしたか。
Maybe.
That's not why I asked. But
見た
yes.
くないんですか？
Oh, come on. You can't put us in this situation.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
だと思いました。
Oh, you crafty.
でも残念ながら私はキッチン担当の予定でフロアに出る予定もありませんでしたから。
Can gods of death cook?
That does sound like it would be the title of a manga.
It either sounds like the title of a manga or... what was that children's book series? Things like Wizards Don't Work in Libraries, and there was a whole series of books like that. That just sounds
How
like...
have I never heard of that?
I mean, it's from, we're talking... It was the early mid-90s, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. I bet it'd suit you really well.
そんなに褒めてもらっても出せるのはコーヒーぐらいですよ。
Hey, free coffee.
はい、どうぞ。
Thanks.
Akazuki-san places a freshly extracted coffee in front of me. It has a soft, mild aroma. Let's see how it tastes.
Well, I guess I'm gonna restart the day again.
The bitterness and acidity is just right. Instant coffee couldn't hold a candle to this. Okay, or apparently it's spot on. The aftertaste might be a little bit too harsh, though.
どうでしょうか。
It's not bad. Hell, it's actually quite good.
本当ですか？気を使ったりせず率直な感想を教えてほしいんですが。
I am being honest, but while it's definitely good, there's just nothing special. Nothing unique about it.
そうですか。
Sorry, maybe that's a poor choice of words. I wouldn't have any complaints if I ordered this coffee. It's perfectly acceptable.
でもよくある味ってことなんですね。
In a manner of speaking.
美味しく入れるためにはもっと研究しないとダメですか。
So, is that the only reason you haven't been able to open for business yet? You can't tell if your coffee's any good?
それは
As if to interrupt Shiki-san's words, the jingle of the door opening cuts through the air.
お邪魔させてもらいますね。
You must be important. You have a portrait. A refined-looking older woman with impeccable posture enters the cafe. Shiki-san becomes visibly tense at the sight of her. In a complete turnaround from before, she lowers her head respectfully in greeting, almost like a real maid would.
いらっしゃいませ。
どうも、夏目ちゃん。それじゃあ、ブレンドコーヒーを入れてもらえるかしら？
かしこまりました。少々お待ちください。
That's odd. I thought we weren't open for business yet. What's going on? I'd like to voice the question aloud, but the atmosphere in the room has grown taut with nervousness.
It's kinda hard to say anything.
I feel vaguely pressured, like visiting a ramen shop with a strict no-talking rule. Let's keep quiet for now and see what happens. I watch Shiki-san as she prepares a cup of coffee. Silently, she goes through the exact same motions Akazuki-san had performed earlier. The old woman, too, watches her work in silence.
お待たせしました。
ありがとう。 それじゃあいただくわね。
The old woman brings the cup to her lips, every single movement as graceful as the last. Without a word, she takes a slow sip of her coffee. The clink of her cup seems to echo loudly through the quiet, or rather heavy, atmosphere.
ごちそうさまでした。
どうですか？
夏目ちゃん、やっぱり無理じゃないかしら。
でも月末までにはまだ時間がありますよね。
それはそうだけど。
もう少しだけ待ってください。約束は今度こそ守ります。どうしてもダメだったらその時は諦めます。
わかった。約束だものね。あまり無理はしないようにね。
すみません。ありがとうございます。
それじゃあまた様子を見に来るから。
はい、お待ちしています。
Giving Shiki-san one last troubled look, the old lady quietly exits the cafe. While there was clearly a gentle air of kindness about her, their conversation itself seemed to be none too cheerful. Unsure of whether or not to speak yet, I let my gaze wander around the room. Ooh, butterfly. As I do so, I spot a glowing butterfly out of the corner of my eye. A soul remnant.
カンナ。
はい。
The Grim Reaper's scythe swings through the air and the butterfly melts away into nothingness.
とまあ、こういうこと。
Sorry, not sure that I do.
今のはここの大家さん。お店をオープンさせるためにはあの人の許可が必要になるの。
Okay.
大家さんを接客して納得してもらえたらその許可が下りる約束なんだけど。
It's not going too well, huh?
もう何度も足を運んでもらってるんだけどね。満足してもらえない。
Have you considered that maybe she just has really ridiculously high standards?
だからコーヒーの味がわかる人に協力をしてほしかったの。味を良くするために。
You mentioned something about the end of the month, too.
一時的に借りていられる期限。本当は夏までの約束をなんとか10月まで伸ばしてもらったんだけど。
Still no luck.
そういうこと。私、奥で休憩してきてもいい？
はい、わかりました。
ありがとう。それじゃあよろしく。
Shiki-san clearly has a few personal circumstances of her own. She and the landlady seem to have some history together, so I'm guessing she has her own personal connection to this place.
Does that old woman have anything to do with this butterfly business, too?
そうですね。あの大家さんは今、ご自分にとって大事なことを諦めかけています。そのままでは。
Her soul will end up lingering in the world of the living?
その可能性があります。でも、このお店をオープンさせることで、それを阻止することができるかもしれません。
She didn't seem particularly supportive, though.
意地悪を言っているというわけではないんですけどね。
Well, at any rate, the point is that she isn't satisfied as a customer, right? Does she only have a problem with the coffee? What about the other menu items?
以前にはオムライスも食べてもらいましたよ。
あと紅茶もな。
Omelet rice and black tea, huh? I'd like to see how those taste too, if that's okay. Would you mind?
オムライスを作ったのはカンナだが、紅茶を入れたのは夏目だな。
Incidentally, what exactly is your job going to be?
ドリンクの対応だな。コーヒーと紅茶の入れ方ぐらいは覚えたぞ。
I see.
Is he really with those stubby cat paws? Oh, we might get the answer to that question we had earlier. How does he even hold a kettle without opposable thumbs? Perhaps that's yet another one of his mysterious catchy powers.
それでどうします？
Alright, well, we're just getting choices, aren't we?
I am enjoying this.
Whew, yeah, let's say. Oh, okay. This one I've actually got to think about. It's not like the last two. So this choice actually matters, right?
Maybe. Because it's the difference between...
Kanna and
Shiki.
Shiki-san.
Yeah, because she would be the one that has to make the tea.
Mm.
Ooh. Ooh. Are we having any initial leanings?
That's really hard. Oh, because it's so early. Like, I really like both of them. That's the problem. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
know.
granted, we've only met 3 of what, 4 or 5, but
Something like that. Yeah, but I mean, on the one hand, I like the cool demeanor that Shiki has, but I really
Yeah.
like
Kanna's got a playfulness to it.
yeah, the playfulness is fun. I do like the playfulness, but I do not know. I know we've had some comments saying that, I think, was it Shiki is best girl?
Shiki-san.
Yeah, followed
but
by
that-
Kanna.
I was about to say that comment didn't also said Kanna was second. So,
Yeah, so doesn't
uh,
narrow it down a ton.
2 hours later.
All right, there we have it. We are going with the black
all right.
tea.
I don't know how much of this we cut out. I'll mention it after we click. Or no, I can mention it right now, yeah. We deliberated for a long time, went back and forth, and we ended up flipping a coin.
Yep.
We won't do that with all of the choices, but that one's really
No,
hard
this-
because we don't really know anyone yet.
Yeah, we're still trying to get to know the characters, so it's just like we have inclinations of what they would be. So, you know, if we made a foolish choice, tell us in the comments.
I think I'll go with the black tea.
ならば夏目だな。
休憩に行ったばっかりですけど、戻ってきてもらいましょうか。
Sorry, Shiki.
Oh, is she in the break room? No, I'll do it.
Housekeeping. First, I give the door a knock to avoid any other awkward circumstances. She probably isn't changing, but after what happened yesterday, I'd prefer to be safe than sorry.
はい。
It's me, Takamine. Can I come in?
問題ない。
You're decent, right? Just want to make sure.
Pardon the intrusion. Sorry for bothering you on your break.
気にしないでいいけど、どうかした？
I wish to taste your tea. That's not suggestive. That I literally want to taste your tea. I thought she'd been feeling discouraged, but she seems to be in higher spirits than I'd expected.
I asked the others if they were confident in any other menu items, and they told me you make an excellent cup of black tea. So I was wondering if you could make me one.
わかった。じゃあ戻りましょうか。
To the tea!
それで紅茶だけど、何にする？
Black.
And piping hot.
茶葉は？
I'll let you choose.
かしこまりました。
Shiki-san gives me a light bow and slips behind the counter. First, she fills up the kettle with a blast of hot water before turning on the heat.
Is it fine to use normal tap water?
ミネラルウォーターなんかで入れた方がいいんじゃないかってこと？
I figured tea drinkers would be picky about this sort of thing.
水道水でも十分なんだって。ミネラルウォーターだと香水も多いから。
That makes sense, actually.
勢いよく水をたっぷり入れて空気を十分に含ませてから沸騰させる。
Just out of curiosity, why is hard water bad?
良くないっていうよりも好みの問題かな。香水で入れると渋みや香りがマイルドになるらしいの。茶葉の開きが違うんだって。
Well, I learned something today.
あとタンニンとカルシウムだったかな。結合して黒っぽい色になるとかなんとか。
Huh. I didn't know that.
Me neither. Shiki-san continues to work while she talks, readying my cup and the teapot. She also makes sure to warm the teapot beforehand.
香水だとお腹の調子が乱れる人もいるから。
Really?
本当なら茶葉の種類や飲む人の好みで使い分けたりできればいいのかもしれないけど。おっと、沸かしすぎるところだった。
Taking the kettle off the heat, Shiki-san begins pouring hot water into the preheated teapot. She holds the kettle high, drizzling the liquid into the pot.
You know, I've seen people pour it like that from time to time, but is there any point to it, or does it just make you look cool?
その言い方、なんかムカつく。こういうのはだいたいより多くお湯に空気を含めるためって言われてる。
Oh, right. That's called jumping, isn't it?
知ってるんだ。
A bit. I've heard the term at least.
This agitates the tea leaves, causing them to jump up and down, allowing even the smallest tea leaves to thoroughly infuse with the water. Apparently, this extracts more flavor from the tea.
で、ティー麹をかぶせて4分蒸らす。
I only wanted to taste test it at first, but now I'm just excited to try it.
なんか緊張してきたかも。
Maybe this should have been a tea shop instead of a cafe.
蒸らしてる間って待ってるだけだから余計にドキドキしてくる。
Well, we could talk about our lives and how we're feeling so far.
I thought you were gonna say, well, we can talk about whether we prefer the rice or the. Well, you say that, but
何？
you seem to know a lot about what you're doing. You must have a lot of practice.
そんな難しい手順じゃないからね。でも高峰くんの言う通り慣れてもいるけど、まあいっか。大家さんとのこともすでに知られてるんだから。
Is it 4 minutes long?
What story?
以前にここを借りていたのは私の両親なの。
And that's why you know so much about tea.
紅茶なら子供の頃の私でも飲めるからお父さんに教えてもらってた。
And yet, you still can't handle a cup of coffee.
ち、もう言わない。
I'll be nice.
Sorry, I won't interrupt again. Please, continue.
もう少し細かく言うと、両親はここでカフェを開こうとしてた。でも、それは叶わなかった。
How come?
直前で私が入院することになったから。まだ小さかったから放置はできない。かといって、人任せにしてもお金がかかる。私の治療費もかかる。
So you're doing all of this for your parents, Shiki-san?
どうだろう。そのことで責められたことはないし、本当に気にしてはないんだろうけど。 今さらお店を開店させようなんて言われても2人も困るだろうし。
That is pretty bewildering.
それに脱サラしてカフェを営業しても失敗したら目も当てられない。私のわがままで振り回して不幸に突き落とすようなもんでしょう。
Seems a little harsh against yourself, really.
Yeah, that's a bit overdramatic, surely.
何にせよそんな気軽に言っていいことじゃない。私も今さら両親に夢を追えとは言えない。どの口がって感じだしね。
Not your fault that you got hospitalized.
ただそれはきっと私の夢でもあったから。楽しそうにカフェについて語る両親の言葉を聞くうちに多分私も同じ夢を見るようになったんだと思う。
But wait, I thought we were opening this cafe in order to help Grim Reapers with their duties.
あれも嘘ではない。そこに私の事情も絡むってだけ。
How do you get caught up in this Grim Reaper business anyway?
私の魂がこのままだと例の蝶になるんだって。それを阻止しようとしてるのが秋月さんとカッカ。
Ah, okay.
I see. But why won't the landlady give you her approval to open the cafe?
大家さんも昔は夫婦で喫茶店を営んでたんだって。でもご主人を亡くされて、ご主人との大切な思い出の店に明るさを取り戻したくてここを人に貸し出すようになったの。これまでにも多くの人が借りたけどうまくいかずにすぐに撤退する人たちをたくさん見てきた。で、私の親が断念した時にきっと大家さんも疲れたんだと思う。飲食店が難しいっていうのをよく知ってるから。
Yeah, that's actually very true.
Well, it's like the one place of
ここを誰
death
にも貸さな
that
く
you
な
know
っ
what
た。
I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
The one near my house that's been like 4 different restaurants and they've all died.
Uh-huh. Oh, there are some around here too. I see. So that's what Akazuki-san was talking about earlier.
学生の私が関わることが引っかかるんだと思う。
Leaving it at that, Shiki-san reaches for the teapot and removes the Kousei. Filtering out the tinier dregs, she pours out a cup of tea and holds it out toward me.
ダージリンのストレートです。どうぞお召し上がりください。
Thank you.
高峰くんって紅茶は飲むの？
Mostly just the bottled variety like Gozen no Kocha. I generally order coffee when I visit a cafe. Not to say I've never had a black tea before. But I'm sure your tea's gonna set a new benchmark for me, Shiki-san.
性格悪い。そんな風に人を緊張させて楽しい？
Oh no, we do this to everybody.
Sorry, most guys have a habit of teasing cute girls.
趣味が悪い。
I think it's pretty normal.
Yeah.
君がそう思うんなら普通なんでしょうね。君の中ではね。
Rude. You're making us wish that we had chosen the omelet rice.
I seem to be getting that a lot these days.
With that, I bring the cup to my lips and take a sip. As I hold the liquid in my mouth, a very flowery fragrance spreads across my tongue. Unlike the coffee, there's a hint of sweetness to the tea that's present even without adding sugar, and it's not my imagination. Astringent and full-bodied, the flavor is a lot stronger than I thought it'd be.
どんなもんでしょう。そこで無言になるのは本当にやめてほしい。
Oh no, sorry, I was just taking in the flavors. It's definitely good, I think.
本当に？嫌われないようにお世辞でごまかしてない？
That ship has sailed.
You look. I'm not. My life depends on the success of this cafe. I wouldn't lie like that.
Ooh, that's pretty good motivation.
それもそっか。
But to be honest, I'm a little surprised. I had no idea a properly brewed tea would have such a strong fragrance.
それはダージリンだからじゃない？
I see. Still though, I'm impressed. I didn't expect it to be so different from the tea I know.
もし高峰くんが普通のお客さんなら飲みに来たいって思える？
For sure. Maybe that's only because I'm not used to this kind of tea, though. At the very least, I think it's delicious, and I'm sure there's other people who think like that too.
そう。ありがとう、高峰くん。
Yeah, don't mention it. All I did was try your tea.
それだけじゃなくて、お店を手伝ってくれてありがとう。
Well, is that or dying? Well, you know, you're welcome, I guess.
何その反応。まさかお礼を言われるとは思ってなかった？
Well, you know, based off of our previous interactions,
Honestly, I thought you wanted nothing to do with me.
もちろん思ってる。
Ow.
Alright, well... Seriously?
でも、面と向かって本人に言ったりしないから安心して。
Well, about that.
But you literally just did.
それでも、感謝してるのは本当。
Oh, I was expecting her to say, that was just a hypothetical aside.
あと、少し期待してる。高峰くんに。
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility all of a sudden.
可愛い女の子が頼ってるんだから、もうちょっとやる気を見せてくれてもいいと思うんだけど。
Is it normal for girls to call themselves cute?
言ってくれたのは高峰くんでしょ？それとも分かってて、可愛くないですよとかいう女の方が好きなの？
Definitely not. But don't you worry, I've got plenty of determination. I'm not sure how much help I'll be exactly, but I'll try my best. I've got my own reasons to do so after all.
ありがとう。今後ともよろしくね。
I'll try not to disappoint.
Afterwards, I gave the other option a try. My honest impression was...
It's delicious.
the coffee I had earlier was average, but the omelet rice and tea were quite good in my opinion.
Look, our secondary protagonist, Omelet Rice.
And his sidekick tea. Part of me wants to just keep that and keep going.
Oh no, I'm fine with that. Absolutely.
At the very least, I wouldn't have regretted paying money for them. It's hard to believe that anyone could find fault with their taste. Which means...
the landlady won't give Shiki-san her approval because she wants her to give up.
No, that doesn't make sense. If the old woman had no intention of giving her approval, she wouldn't have agreed to extend the deadline in the first place. She would have forced Shiki-san to give up months ago in the summer. But if that's the case...
She must be withholding her approval for another reason, besides the taste of the food.
Our deadline is October. We don't have much time until then, so there's no room for trial and error.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to try giving him a call.
I should make use of all of the options I have. For my sake. And for Shiki-san's as well. After hearing her side of the story, I can't help but want to do something for her. I wouldn't be able to call myself a man if I just did nothing. even if that means asking someone else for help. Making up my mind, I pull out my phone and call a certain number. The name on the display reads Kazufumi Takamine, my father.
おかけになった電話は電波の届かない場所にあるか電源が入っていないためかかりません。
Damn it, Dad.
Still out for cigarettes. Not a huge surprise.
Both Rokuro-san and I have been trying to reach him for ages. It'd be too much of a coincidence if I suddenly got through to him now. Ah, well.
Hey, it's me, Kousei. There's something I need your advice on. Give me a call when you hear this. Alright, bye.
After leaving a short message, I put my phone away again.
Guess I'll have to come up with something myself in the meantime.
I'm not exactly confident, but I'll try my best anyway.
カフェステラと死神の蝶。昴生くん、朝だよ。起きなよ。
Not again.
Well, that's probably a good place to stop this episode, though. We'll rise and shine for the next one.
Yep.
Well, that was pretty interesting. So, we have agreed to work in the cafe, even though apparently we had an option to not do so. I'm curious to see what the alternative is.
I am too, actually.
I have the feeling
then,
it would just tie back in and be like, but of course you do.
Maybe, yeah. And then we actually made a choice that really matters.
Yes, we did.
With the tea, I think.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty important choice. And, I mean, Shiki seems to have some interesting backstory. I do wonder if we're going to find out more about why she was hospitalized.
Yeah, I think we will. Because that seems like something that her route would absolutely have to cover.
Yeah, that has to be some sort of important detail. But I think that's pretty good. I mean, I'm a little sad that we didn't get to see Kanna's scenes, but, well, a choice was made.
Yeah, I mean, technically, like, if we go down her route, well, when we go down her route, we will have to go back and do that scene, I think. So
possibly, depending on how the flowchart works. I guess we'll have to figure it out. No spoilers in the comments for this, please. We'll just have to see how it goes. All right, well, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you in the next episode where we will yet again be woken up with Nozomi. Maybe she's changed her panties again, we don't know. We probably won't see, though. We will see you in the next episode. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.